Happy 1-year YouTube anniversary, my frugal friends. I cannot believe it has been a whole year since we started this silly little adventure. How are we celebrating? Well, right now, I'm watching more of my Fresh Baked videos because Disneyland is coming up in like 68 days. Woohoo! And I am doing some eBay, you see that? eBay research and listing, getting some of that done because we've got lots of things to do, lots of places to go, lots of adventures to have, and we got to pay for it. So eBay. Plus I had some stuff sell, and I've got to get out to the eBay shed to put new stuff away and to get stuff that has sold out. And so might as well get some work done, right? What else is going on? Oh, so all those awesome bouncy balls, I was able to give those out as like gifts to tons of friends and neighbors and family. And then I've got one whole case of them left that is being donated to a charter school. So excited to see all of these fabulous things that could have ended up in landfills now going out and being able to, you know, be enjoyed by lots of kids. A lot of people are using them in their Easter egg hunts and stuff like that. It's so exciting. It's just so cool. I did save a small bunch for us to use in our family's Easter egg hunt. I think that'll be a lot of fun. But so cool. And then I've gotten rid of most of the Valentine's cards, greeting cards that we found, given those out to neighbors and friends. What else have we gotten rid of? We're still working on sharing the St. Patrick's Day balloons and some of the Valentine's wall hangings and whatnot. I am getting some of the balloons put on eBay, the packages that were unopened, but there was that big bag full of loose St. Patrick's Day balloons, and come to find out, some friends, you know, they had their kids or whatever had birthdays on St. Patrick's Day, or, you know, in-laws and whatnot had anniversaries or whatever on St. Patrick's Day. And so that was awesome to be able to share those out. That's the thing. We sell a lot of the stuff that we find. A few things we keep for ourselves that, you know, that way we don't have to buy that stuff, which is awesome. And has been one of the coolest things that has come out of our decade of dumpster diving. Decade of dumpster diving. But also just being able to share those with neighbors and friends and family is really, really cool. Just being able to spread that love. Not everyone can dumpster dive. Not everyone wants to dumpster dive. And that's totally cool. But they are helping the movement just by taking and using and enjoying those things that could have gone totally to waste. Anyway, I'm going to keep working on this. Going to get ready for school. Got to go to school today. And we are just going to continue celebrating throughout the day and throughout the week our first year on YouTube. Okay, so remember this awesome scoop that we found in the bins this last weekend? Or was it the weekend before? No, it was the weekend before. Might have even been 2 weekends before, whenever it was that we found it. I looked it up online, and since it is used, it's really not worth my time to list it on eBay. Other ideas for what to do with it, because it's either going to go in the donation pile, the yard sale, or the metal scrap, unless you guys come up with something else. It's like for ice or candy, stuff like that. I don't have room to keep it myself unless I have a really good reason to keep it. So I'm thinking most likely donation pile, but actually, wait a minute. Didn't I find it in the Savers, like, donation? No. It was in a dumpster. It was in a dumpster. So if I were to give it to a donation place, it might actually, like, get a second chance at life. If I'm honest, I'm most inclined to put it in my metal scrap to make sure that it has a second life. But what are your thoughts? All right, back to work. Now we venture out into the cold and the snow to go to the eBay shed, put this stuff away, and to get out the stuff that has sold. I keep saying I'm going to put like some kind of dry erase labels on the outside of the totes where I can like write, hey, here's what's in here exactly, da-da-da, and then erase it when it's sold. I really need to do that because even though I have most of the stuff out here like organized, separated by, you know, kind of subject and whatnot, still sometimes I can't find what I'm looking for, and It's really frustrating. I need to take a day, yes, even in the freezing cold, to come out here and do some kind of dry erase labels and get all this stuff more, you know, easy to find. Oh, you guys. Why must I learn these lessons over and over and over? So I just spent the last 2 hours working in the eBay shed, bringing in stuff to get listed and put into drafts, searching for something that had sold that I could not find, and then finally gave up and decided I must have gotten rid of it in the yard sale or something. I was so upset. I canceled the item, which I never do, and it was just, I just felt like throwing up. I was so sick over it. Then I decided, well, brush it off, use this as motivation, get out there and get that, no naughty words, get that shed organized and get totes labeled with everything that's in them, you know, get to work so that this never happens again. You're about to head into the next diving season. I mean, come on. This is ridiculous. Get ready. Always telling people, be ready, be organized. And granted, I have other things on my plate, but that's no excuse. If you're going to run a business, you got to run it right. So I was just so upset with myself. I get out there and I redirect my energies to getting everything sorted. I'm doing such a great job. It's awesome. And then in a place I had already looked, you guessed it, there was the thing that had sold that I had already canceled. And the buyer had graciously accepted the cancellation. You know, when you just want to throw things or hit something or break something, but of course that will accomplish nothing, will help nothing, will fix nothing. So I said, all right, screw it. It is what it is. It sucks. Keep working, get stuff organized. So that's what I have done, celebrating our 1-year YouTube anniversary and decade of dumpster diving. I have been in the eBay shed, tearing it up, getting it put in order. It is much better now. All that's left is to put the dry erase sheets out there, which is awesome. It's a, I have lots of laminated paper that I've gotten in the bins, like at public schools and whatnot, and haven't known what to do with it. Those will make awesome labels on the sides of my totes that I can write, here's every item that's in here, and then erase it when it's sold, or cross it out when it's been sold and put the date, you know, and what it's sold for, stuff like that, so I can keep track. So frustrated. Anyway, so I'm gonna just keep getting stuff listed, putting drafts together that I can list later so that everything is logged away. And so I can feel better about the situation, that it is what it is, right? So you just go from here, but enough of the sadness, enough of the regrets, the mishaps. 1 year on YouTube, it's awesome. 10 years of dumpster diving, awesome. What are some of the cool things that I've found along the way? Well, since I've been sorting through the eBay shed and stuff in the attic and just in the house in general, kind of on a bit of a rampage, I rediscovered a few things that have been underutilized, that needed to be sold or displayed. And I thought, you know what? We're supposed to be celebrating today. Let's celebrate a little. So one of the cool things was, you know, the whole collection of geodes and awesome rocks and stuff that I found this last summer. These are just a few that I'm gonna actually sell. I got all my favorite ones out, and I'll show you those in a sec, and I went ahead and put them on the shelf because I love them, and I always wanted my very own geodes since I was a little girl, and finding those was the coolest thing. Where have they been since I found them? In the attic. what good are they in the attic? They're no fun up there. I'm not enjoying them up there. So now my favorite ones are on shelves displayed for me to enjoy on a daily basis, and the rest are going on eBay. What's another awesome thing that I found? Well, so I was in the office tidying up a little bit, and since I had been searching and searching for that one sold missing item, I ended up in our office because I used to store eBay stuff in there, but I had gotten everything out of there, or so I thought, and rediscovered this awesome vintage Hawaii tourist type ukulele from back in the day. It is missing one string, but it's actually really collectible. Why haven't I listed it and sold it yet? Well, to be honest, I forgot we even had it. I mean, I notice it sometimes when I go in the office, but not enough to actually like be motivated to do anything with it. This is so cool and in such good condition for a tourist type poorly made souvenir ukulele. It is getting listed. Another cool thing, I'll save the coolest for last, but this awesome little apron. It's adorable. And my little Mariah, she has an apron that her grandma made for Olivia back in the day, but it has just been loved to death and destroyed. And I told her like 2 weeks ago, oh, I know I have an apron that, you know, brand new, beautiful little kid apron that I found in the bins a few years ago and meant to sell it and never did. And I know I have it and I'll get it out for you. And I didn't, and I didn't, and I didn't. And I thought about it a few times, but just had too many other more important things going on. Enough, all right? It's important, she's important, and it would fit her right now, and she'll enjoy it right now, and it was worth grabbing it. And I was out in the shed reorganizing anyway, so I pulled that out for Mariah, and she is going to be thrilled when she gets home from school and gets to wear this. And since it's celebrating day, we'll probably be baking something or cleaning something or whatever. Cleaning for celebrating day? Ah, why not? All right, so she'll get to use the apron, and that'll be fantastic. Last but certainly not least, and this is awesome because, oh my goodness, I'm so ready to be done with school. I am so ready. We are at the midterm point, approximately, of this last semester of school, and I am so ready to be done. In fact, I should be at school right now, and I'm not. Whatever, don't judge me. I skipped class today. I am so ready for Disneyland. We have been working so hard for it. I keep saying so. We have been working hard for a few years getting this done with Disneyland as like the light at the end of this crazy tunnel. And one of the coolest things that I found, and I had it out in the eBay shed because I was going to sell it, and I've decided I'm not going to sell it because we are creating a Disney wall where we will record future like Disney related videos. So I've been gathering up different things from around the house, things we found, you know, in the bins and whatnot, or that I got at Disneyland years and years ago, stuff like that, to put on this Disney wall. Well, while I was out in the shed, look what I found. Is that backwards to you guys? Probably. Sorry if it is. But anyway, it's the Walt Disney Disneyland coloring book. Yeah, it's fantastic. It does have resale value, but I'm not going to sell it. It's going to go on our Disney wall. It might even go in a frame. I have tons of frames from the dumpsters that would probably fit this beautifully, so it's going to go on the wall. How cool is that? Look at that. Oh, it's just awesome. It's just super. And that just, seeing that in there totally got me refocused on happiness, improved my mood and my outlook and everything, and reminded me that today we are celebrating. Life is good. We are alive. My family is well. There's so many reasons to be happy and to not let the mistakes and the stupid stuff get to us. So awesome, cool. So excited about this. Gonna get all these things put away where they belong, get more stuff listed, and then when the kids get home, we've got homework to do and all that kind of fun stuff. But then we are gonna, got that old ukulele. I have the listing almost done for that. And those tags from the other weekend. And pregnancy tests. And I don't remember what else I've gotten done. But I have been busy but now we need to take a little break and play.
It really has words.
The celebrations begin. Reagan is celebrating by watching Pokemon. That is his choice. But Memer,
Very close up.
I know, it's so awesome.
It says words on it, really.
I know. We are playing with some little teeny tiny dollhouse stuff that my neighbor gave me. It's
Tony.
super old. Yep, Tony gave it to us. It's the Tomy brand, made in Hong Kong, old and collectible. But it's been sitting out in the eBay shed. I busted them out. We are totally playing with them. We're going to get our Sylvanian families and little critters. Fun little creation as we celebrate. Kids are playing with all that teeny tiny doll furniture. And since I'm doing eBay at the same time, Mimi's playing with my little eBay scale. Then I got down this little glass jar. What did it sell for? 25 cents to somebody. I didn't pay for it, of course. I found it in the bins and it was empty. Just a minute, Mimu. And all of these beautiful rocks and crystals and whatnot are out of the dumpsters. There's fossilized shells in there. How cool is that? Yeah, super awesome stuff from that fantastic geologic pick from this last summer. That was my favorite pick of all time. All this stuff sitting up in the attic, just sitting there. So, got those out, dumped them in this jar. Might put in a few more. We shall see. And then this is going to go on a shelf. Reagan wants to show us the teeny tiny recipes that are in there. They're like little recipe books. How freaking adorable is that? Love it. So I found this box of fossilized oysters and all this obsidian. None of the obsidian is small enough to fit into my little jar, but I do think some of these fossilized oysters will fit in the jar. And then whatever I don't use from those, and I put a whole bunch like on the shelves and stuff to display. But all of these other things from that pick, I think I'm going to just put all of them into one like geologic specimen type lot and see however many I can fit within the size and weight limits of that large priority mailbox. And that'll be an eBay listing. Kids are trying to chew ginormous pink gumballs. Huh?
Look.
Let me see.
Look.
Blah, 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 blah. Reagan, blah, blah. We are easily entertained. Olivia's playing with these magnets that I found in the dumpsters. Let me see, Lulu. They have stickers on each side, red and yellow. So Olivia is sciencing. Yes, that is now a verb. She is sciencing with the magnets. Show us your science. Nope, they don't go together.
The red is on the top and the yellow's right here.
Okay. Aha, now show me the wheel thing that you made.
Okay.
This is the coolest science that she has scienced out of these science things. Get ready to science. Mimi, do you need to poo? Stop making that noise. Jeez. Okay, Lulu. Mimi, stop. Show us your science. Okay, here we go. Ooh, the science. The science. Mimi! Stop sabotaging our science. Ooh, science.
I am doing science.
Okay, like a few hundred years ago, or however many hundred years ago, this would have been black magic. Now, Reagan has decided to science. Okay, on a little porcelain plate, he's got a magnet on one side and a magnet on the other side. Mimi!
I'm trying to control it.
Ah! Woo! Woo! Science! Science! All right. Lulu's gonna blow our minds with her science.
I can feel the force going away.
The force.
I
Ah!
the force.
Ah!
It's barely hanging on.
Ah! And your eyes just turned bright red. You will be burned at the stake. Witchcraft. So while we're watching awesome episodes of Barbie in the Dream House, funniest show, oh my goodness, guys, check it out. It is hilarious. You think it's just a kid's show? No. The humor in there, oh, it's ridiculous. Anyways, while we're watching that, we are also borrowing some of my husband's Gorilla Tape, and we're going to fix not only this basket that we found in the bins last weekend, but also this basket that I found in my mom's neighbor's Monday morning garbage like 5 or 6 years ago. At the time, it was only a crack right here, but since I didn't take the time to do any repairs then, it has since developed some more cracks. But it's also one of my favorite laundry baskets. So, tape. Time to fix them up. Okay. Yes, honey. I think we'll at least get a couple more years out of that one. And if we even get a few months out of this one, because it's a really cheap one, Walmart brand Mainstays. Yeah, pretty cheap. So if we can even get a few months, a year out of it, I will be thrilled. So here's another thing I've done with one of our dumpster items. Obviously, I need to repaint in here. We've had some incidents. And I am going to do that this summer, but until then, you might remember this laundry basket that we found in the bins. Well, come to find out, one of the handles is totally, like one side came through the hole, and even the little grommet thing. If you have any idea how to reattach that, like maybe, I don't know, I guess I could try sewing it onto the side. Anyway, but because of that, and because the like stiff part, the liner in here that normally would keep this upright, it has like crumbled inside, and I don't know how to fix that without taking this apart. So I'm using the rope thingies to hold it up so that we can use it here in the bathroom. So I just used one of these hooks. They're like twisty hooks that twist into the wall that I found in the bins, and that is holding that up. But it would be even better if I could fix the other handle so that I could have it hanging by both. It would look nicer for one thing. But if you know how to easily or quickly fix the liner thing inside and ideas of how to reattach the rope, I'd love to hear about that in the comments below. Here is one other little dumpster repurpose or upcycle project I have been working on. For starters, the shelves that are here built into the walls, the actual wood themselves. I think I've mentioned this before, but if you haven't seen it, that wood is recovered from the bins. That was salvaged, and my husband cut it to fit inside of this that he built into the wall. Anywho, all of the things that you see here are from the dumpsters. Every single thing. All of it. And I've just put together this little vignette or grouping. I'm still working on it, trying to decide exactly how it's going to be. Oh, okay, Mimi. Exactly how I want it. We shall see. But so far, I'm liking it. What I'm thinking is I might add a couple other flowers in that little bucket. We shall see. I don't know. Stay tuned. Okay, one more thing that I'm working on. So you remember these frames that I spray painted, and then I put doilies and buttons and all that were from the bins in there. Then these two wall hangy thingies are both from the dumpsters. This plate is from the dumpster. This plate is from a thrift store. So I've added those. And the only other thing I need to do is find something to go right here to just kind of balance this grouping out. But yeah, I don't know yet. All I do know is that you don't have to spend big money on silly stuff. Things like decorating your house, and especially functional things like laundry baskets and laundry hampers and stuff. Your money, your hard-earned money, does not need to go to stuff like this. It should be going to fuel and facilitate your passions and dreams, not laundry baskets. Spend the money where it really matters, and then make do, even go ghetto, with stuff like this. This is one other grouping that I am working on. You may remember this rolling shelf thingy that I found in the bins. Found it a couple years ago, spray painted it. It's due for another painting. Let's see, so there is a Webster's Dictionary in there, an old one. And I just opened it to the page that says family tree, interesting situation. We have faggot on the other side. Make of that what you will. Anyway, I thought it was kind of funny. I'm just going to be honest, it's kind of funny. Anywho, so I put that in the back. Then we've got this wrought iron basket with these fabric ball things. Those are from a residential bin on like a Monday garbage morning. Then, of course, there's the pitcher and these beads. They kind of got moved. Anyway, the beads are, of course, from the bins. And then, remember that really pretty glass lid? That's going right there for the moment. This was given to me by a friend, and it's being held on that little plastic frame holder or picture holder that I found just this last weekend in the Zurcher's bin. I just had to pop it back together, and then it was just fine. And then these awesome geodes that I found in my favorite pick ever, which was that super huge, awesome geologic find. A picture of my family way back in the day. A picture of my daddy, may he rest in peace, holding my little boy on that gold-colored frame holder that I found in the bins. I got this frame that says I Love Dad on clearance at Shopko. Then have this little glass bowl that is from a wedding I went to, full of gorgeous rocks and crystals that are, of course, from the bins, and this cute little tiny spoon that was in a box of stuff my neighbor gave me when she moved. And this Life is Good is, of course, from the bins, and so are those St. Patty's Day bracelets that are on these super awesome torch thingies that I got at Kirkland's before we lost our Kirkland's. Oh, sad day. And then, of course, the St. Patty's cloth that I sewed, and this St. Patty's bendy ribbon that is, of course, from the bins. What else? I know I've been working on other stuff, but I'll have to turn that so we don't see that ugly tag. Let me see what else I've been working on. Okay, there is the finished little bottle of pretties, crystals and pyrite and whatnot that I put together. Also has some fossilized oysters in it. Here's a fun update. The orchid is still alive and blooming. It's still alive and it's blooming. The orchid. So happy. So happy. Some of you may remember this magnet board, framed magnet board that we found in the bins last summer. All of the magnets on here except for this one. We bought this in Yuma on our Christmas trip, but all the rest of the magnets, including Mickey, are from the dumpsters. Pretty cool stuff. We will, of course, be filling this up with magnets that we buy on like our adventures and magnets that we inevitably find in the bins. So stay tuned to see that full. It's going to be awesome. Something of a magnet mosaic, if you will.
What dumpster or salvage projects have you been working on? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear about them. I guess that wraps up our week of celebrations, celebrating our first year on YouTube and a decade of dumpster diving. Be sure to come back this weekend for some more exciting dumpster diving adventures. Please be sure to check the video description for links to our social media accounts. There you'll get exclusive access to pictures and videos of different things that we have going on a daily basis, and you will find out how you can contribute and help support the mission of saving and salvaging. Have a great day, guys.